What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Money Monday. It's the beginning of a new week and it's the beginning of a new month. So, you know what that means. Another full week and a full month filled with potential opportunity out here. So far, market's been open for 40 minutes now. And it's pretty boring out here right now, to be honest. SPY's getting a nice little pullback, but we're going to let this market open up, let these stocks get nice pullbacks, and see what potentially sets up for opportunity. So far this morning, all the attention was on ABVC. This biopharma stock getting a big gap up this morning, all the way up to, I seen 26, I think, on Thinkorswim. Yeah, I hit 26.15 pre-market. On Street Smart Edge, it says $13. But this was pulling back pre-market here and holding that $8 real nice. Setting up for a good opportunity right out of the open for a quick little squeeze on it. And it's still trying to hold up at that $8. So this one's going to be a bit more on the hard side to trade. It's got extreme volume. It's already at almost 50 million in volume. The float on it is 11 million. It says here on Trade Ideas. Street Smart Edge says 1.8 million. Let me see. Let's check something else. We'll go to Float Checker here. So ABVC looks like Yahoo Finance says 8.7 million. Finviz says 1.8 million. TD Ameritrade 1.8 million. And then these two say 13 and 11 million. So I don't know what to believe on this stock. I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to say the float is, just to be fair, 10 million. I'd rather shoot high than go low with it. But we may see another random squeeze here on ABVC. Don't count it out. We still got other opportunities out here. We got CPOP, I just mentioned to the chat. This has been slowly gearing up and setting up. If this gets up over $4, this thing could really start to pop off and rip. We got WBX. Wallbox is still hanging out at 16. This could start lifting up to 1650, 1750. This is getting a nice little squeeze going in on it. I'm actually going to alert this. Looks like BTTX just ran up into a halt. This was on the morning watch list. This will run up to 17. Got the potential to run to 20. It's still early, so there's still lots of time out here. A lot of good setups. BTTX getting a pop. WBX. We got DWAC setting up. If this can hold at that previous day's close, it can rip back up and test 70. We got CPOP setting up. CYH is setting up for a continuation move to the upside. WBX. Yeah, I like WBX. I want to keep an eye on this one. So far, I've placed only one trade this morning. I've traded ABVC right out of the open. I'm up $850 on the day so far. So it's a good start to the day and a good start to the week. Here's my broker. ABVC, only stock I've traded so far. Market's only been open 45 minutes. So it's still early and young in the market. We'll see if we can add on to this. Mondays, you really want to get off on the right foot. Try to start the week out green and build up off of that as the week progresses. WBX, this is a good candidate. It's probably going to be more of like a swing trading type of stock. Got a great risk versus reward. You'd probably be putting your risk down here below 1590. Got upside potential of $1. So you're risking pretty much 15-20 cents to make $1 or more. This could run to 17, 18, run up here to 19. Give it time. Let's see what it does. So what are you guys keeping your eyes on this morning? What was on your watch list going into the open? We were talking about IINN. This was a stock that popped off last week. It's got a nice triangle it's forming here on it. Nice, right at $4. Getting nice pops on it. If this breaks up, has 450, pulls back. It's really got to break over that 450 to get going. Oh, look at ABVC. This is getting another go. Like I said, this is probably going to get another squeeze on it. It's a lot of volume flowing into this name. You can't ignore that. Watching IINN heavy. IINN, it's got a good risk versus reward on it. Same thing with WBX. I mean, you're risking 10-20 cents to make upwards of $1 or more. And then BTTX just reopened and it got halted again on the upside, making its way up to that $20. If we look here, weekly watch list today, we posted it. My first two picks here, ABVC and BTTX, were the top two stocks on today's watch list. Right when ABVC opened, now this is what I'm talking about. You really want to be very observant out of the open. When ABVC opened, it was at 12 million in volume on the day. Then when it reopened out of the halt, and then it pushed up here to $11.50, $12, it was already at 24 million in volume. So volume doubled within the first 10-15 minutes of that market open. And now, what is it at? 52 million. So volume is just surging into this stock. Volume trumps all. Not going to be pretty with ABVC. It's going to be really sloppy. Now everybody's running over to BTTX. BTTX here on Trade Ideas, it says the float is nothing. And then look at ABA pulling it here on Float Checker. The only one that has it is Yahoo Finance and TD Ameritrade. So it looks like the float is in the ballpark. 5 million. I'm actually going to put this over here. I have 5 monitors and I feel like I already need more. Yeah, I don't really use Bookmap no more. I started using Bookmap, and at first I did like it, but then I've noticed with Bookmap, it was I was overlooking a lot of the easy setups, and Bookmap, it was overcomplicating my trading, to be honest. And I was getting caught up in the now moment when looking at Bookmap, because Bookmap zooms in on the microseconds of what's going on, and I found myself, I wasn't really paying attention to the bigger picture type of plays. I was paying more attention to scalping trades and scalping opportunities, and I don't like scalping like that, getting in and out within seconds. That's just it's too nerve-wracking, I would say. And slowly over time, I've started to discover and learn all Bookmap is, it's a tick chart. That's all it is. It's just a tick chart. There we go. So this is scanning every... Won't tell me the time. So every 5 seconds. Nope. I lied. So every tick, it's a tick chart. It's in its name. So every single time it ticks, look at it, it's putting a candle. You guys could have this up if you wanted. I don't really pay too much attention to it because I'm not trying to get caught up in the micro time frame. But for Bookmap 2, man, I found that they charge for a lot of stuff. At the end of the day, with all of the upgrades on it, and then you got to pay for those indicators, and then you got to pay for the data subscription monthly. I was handing out like $200 a month just for it, and I'm like, man, screw this. IINN fell off. As long as IINN can hold up at that 4 area, that's what you're going to want to look for. Pretty much all morning we've seen failed follow through. What was it? At the end of last week, we were starting to see a lot of stocks. They were running right near the close at the end of the day. So with this being a new month, I really like to sit on my hands at the beginning of a new month. Just be very observant. What do I see going on across the board? It's like DWAC's trying to gear up. I appreciate it, Rigo. Not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys. You'll notice the more time you put into the market learning this, everybody out here is trying to make $1. Everybody. It's a business. All the stock market and Wall Street is a business. Everybody in every single corner is trying to make a buck. You're going to see people come out with indicators that they swear by, that they've made consistent profits, and try to sell it to you for $100. Think scripts on Thinkorswim to make your job easier. When in honesty, all it really is, look at my charts. I don't really have anything on my charts but just your basic moving averages. You can easily overcomplicate things. Easily. I like to keep things super simple. BTTX, you're struggling at that 17. You could see as well, that's the area it fell down from. It was kind of like making like this wedge right here. Then it fell down from there, 17, all the way down here to 14. And then it fell down from here down to 1150. Came all the way back up to 14. The area it fell through right there. Right there. And now it's perked all the way back up to the area it fell through right here. So this stock, it's still working. It's trying to get back up and above. So if this can break back up over 17, next stop it's going to run up to is 20. Well, you always want to try to take it in levels. Hopefully you guys all had a good Halloween out there if you guys celebrate it. There wasn't really like any kids that came by. Really none at all. I think they all do the trunk or treating or something. I don't know. It's not what it used to be. Look at Jay Calvin. I'm up for the day. Think I will stop. Don't like the fail follow through. Even Jay Calvin's noticing the failed follow through. Yeah, BTBT, that's got a lot of bag holders on it. All the attention right now is on ABVC. It's really holding up at that $8. What I'm noticing though with ABVC, and I was watching the tape, there's a lot of red going on the tape. And somebody is propping this stock up. Somebody is. You could see it clear as day. They're absorbing all of the selling. The bad thing about that, you never know when that buyer's done. And once all of that buying absorption is done, the stock can free fall. So somebody's trying to prop it up and keep it alive for another move to the upside. Something to keep in mind as well, and we spotted it out this morning. ABVC, they filed for a mixed shelf of up to 50 million back on October 29th. So that's just something to keep in mind. Calvin Jones. Got to keep my profit. In it to win, not lose. Got to keep my profits. I am in it to win. Will not lose. I like that mindset, man. One day at a time, as I like to say. Take it a day at a time. And like we just talked about too, there's a reason why on most brokers they have like two little boxes. That say realized. And that say unrealized. So if you're in a trade and you have not taken profit off the table yet, that would be unrealized profits. If you were locking in profits as the stock pushes up, that's what they call realized profits. So always realize your profits. It's not yours until you lock it in. Remember that. Let's check on our good friend AMC at 36.50. It's trying to hold on. But the thing is, you would have had to tie up money for a whole year on this stock, missing out on all the other different opportunities out here. So after it fell down from here, it came right back up pretty much to that level, got denied as resistance, and it's been getting hammered down since. You can easily draw a line out connecting all of the lower highs as it gets drilled down. And it just recently fell through this wedge right here, so it's going to act as resistance right there. And if this falls down through that $30 right there, it's going to be a free fall all the way down to 20. I've seen I was watching a little bit of TV recently, and I've been seeing some AMC commercials. Have you guys spotted that at all? Seeing AMC movie theater commercials? So AMC, they're even trying to pump up their own stock. There's a lot of people bag holding on this. It's still got a chance, most definitely, but it's a matter of if it will happen and when it could happen. You know, it could be another year, 2 years, if this thing wants to break up and go. That's a long time to be tying up money. Especially, you're missing out on all of these opportunities that pop up every day. That's where, my honest opinion, real estate. That's where, if you want to tie up money for a while and you don't mind, real estate. Should have realized those profits, Michael. That's the thrill. The thrill of trading. Everybody gets caught up in the stocks that run a lot. Like, look at CEI. From 30 pennies, this ran all the way up to $5. And look at all that volume that flowed into it as it was topping out up here at $5. Because everybody's in disbelief of how much this stock has ran, and they get unrealistic expectations thinking it could go higher and higher. Always have a plan every trade you take and stick with it. ABVC still setting up and looking good. BTTX. This is probably going to come back down. I don't know if it's going to snap up here. That's a pretty... You got to think, this just ran from $12 here up non-stop to $18. That's a $6 run up right there with no really pullback. So this is probably going to... I would like to see it pull back down to $14.50, $15. ABVC starting to perk up. OCGN, now this one, it's trying to break up through that $13. We said this morning in the pre-market prep, OCGN, there's a lot of people bag holding this stock. It's more of like a swing trading type of stock. I believe they have news coming out of their trial results coming up. So this may be a buy the rumor, sell the news type of play. We said in the prep this morning it's probably going to pop up to 13 and then get denied at 13 and then start to retrace, because this stock just ran up nonstop for 2 straight days. Now going into day 3 of just nonstop up movement. This stock ran from $9 to $13 nonstop with no big pullback or retracement. So this is probably going to retrace back down to like 11, 10.50. But who knows? If it breaks over 13, it can hold 13. It can get up and going. But things get nasty when selling starts to happen with OCGN. Look at this day. A lot of death candles on it. From 13, this thing got hammered all the way down to 10. And then from 12, it got hammered all the way down to $8. That's a big range. ABVC, this is probably going to flush back down to 8. This is a high risk play here. I don't think it's worth it. You're risking it for a potentially just flush down on you $1. And chances are, more than likely, that first pop, you're going to sell. And the first pop is going to be to $10. Am I right? Your emotions are going to take over and kick in. You're going to see that you're up in profits, and you're going to take it off the table, and then you're going to watch it continue to run without you. Be careful with ABVC. Like I said, it's a high-risk play. Man, this is the best job in the world, isn't it? I absolutely love this job. I could sit here, hang out at the comfort of my own home, hang out with you guys. Don't have to listen to anybody tell me what to do. All that hard work, it's definitely worth it, guys. You're gonna struggle in the beginning, but give it about 2 years, it's gonna pay off in dividends down the road. Trust me on that. Takes a while to understand this game. ABVC's already at 62 million in volume. BTTX is at 15 million. ABVC. Just be careful with that one, guys. That one could snap up, and then they can flush it down super hard. I'm getting bad vibes on that one. BTTX. It's really got to hold up at this area right here. Get over that 17 and skip up to 20. You pull back to 16. You want to see that trend continue to hold. I know without being able to actually day trade, I get stuck often. You gotta ask yourself, are you emotionally marrying these stocks? Like I've said before, these are garbage companies we trade. Garbage. Don't emotionally attach yourself to these stocks because they're going to be in play today and then tomorrow they're in the toilet. Look at IINN. That was in play for one day. Now it's in the toilet. DWAC. It was in play for that one big day. Now it's in the toilet. GWAC. Or what was it? DWAC. That was in play for one day. 2 days. Now it's in the toilet. %95 of these stocks we trade are just garbage. They're either just starting up as companies or they're on their way out the door. So they're desperate for money. What we do as traders, we trade the opportunity. We patiently wait for these stocks to set up. We capitalize on the opportunity and we move along to the next. Day in and day out. That's why my theme here, my mascot's a wolf. You gotta have that mindset of being ruthless. I could care less what these companies do. I'm only trading it because it's got volume on the day and it's in play for today only. I patiently wait and I stalk my prey. And when I think the time is right, I attack. And I get a meat of the move and I move along. Just like a wolf. Remember, 90%, 95% of people fail and lose money in this game. So you got to be that 10% that thinks differently than everybody else. This BTTX is getting a nice pullback. If it can continue to pull back tightly here, I can get a good snap. Break over that 18 and snap and push up to 20. Keep an eye on BTTX. This thing can explode. Over 17. Here we go. Kaboom, baby. Let's go. Gotta be quick with it. This thing just ripped up from $17 up to $18.50 in a blink of an eye and right back down. Everybody's going to give up on it now and panic sell. And it's going to go slamming down. NXTD getting a good push on it. ABVC still hanging at that $9. I hit my 1K mark for the day. I'm up just over $1,000 to start the day and the week out. I made a quick $200 on BTTX. Two for two so far to start off the week. Let's go. It's 11 a.m., so we're about to be approaching lunch hours now. Might want to hold out till lunch now. Huh. ABVC, this is holding trend as well. Yeah, ABVC, man, this is garbage. I'm not liking it. BTTX, it's still wanting to break up over that 17. I don't know, though. I'm not going to touch it anymore. WBX, this is still holding at 16. It's getting real tight. We could see a nice pop on this one. Yeah. Close the broker up. It's not a bad idea. So if you guys are up in profit on the day, as I like to preach and tell you guys, realize those profits, secure your gains. Nobody ever goes broke locking in profits. $1,000 for what, 2 hours of work? That's $500 an hour I just got paid. And it's a good start to the week too. So now I have a foundation down that I can build off of for the rest of the week. So with every one of your brokers, they should include at the top right like a little tiny red X with the box. I think you all should have it on your brokers. It should be right at the top right. So if you're up in profit and green on the day, lock in those profits and it'll ask you, are you sure you want to close out that broker? Just hit yeah. And then go about and then enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. That's what day trading's all about. Rigo, bro, you don't short. No, I don't short stocks. So we're in a bull market, man. Maybe when we go into a bear market, but in small cap land, shorting stocks is super, super competitive. Everybody wants to short stocks in small cap land because they all know these are garbage companies and they're going to fall down eventually. So when we have an overcrowded shorting area of short sellers in small cap land, that's what leads to some epic big short squeezes. That's what I like to look out for, are short squeezes. Now look at BTTX, push up to 19 and hold. This could get up and going. And look at there on the 3-minute. Sets up patterns that everybody's taught to look out for. You got a nice wedge there, triangle. And from that, breaks up over it, pulls back, still held that area. And from there, pushes straight up. That's the thing with trading these momentum type stocks, day trading wise. You gotta adapt as the day progresses. Things can look good one moment, and then 2 minutes later, things can flip around and change. I still like WPX or WBX. This could get a good pop on it. Got a nice little squeeze going on here on the 10-minute. WBX. Let's see real quick. You can go to something like FinViz. So it's what? BTTX. Oh, they're not even on here yet. Let's see. Street Smart Edge usually has a description. So you see here on Street Smart Edge, this thing right here, it usually gives you a little summary of what the company does. So, what was it? BTTX. It doesn't have any summary for it. So it's Better Therapeutics. It's most likely in the biotech pharma sectors. It's like a newer stock, so nobody really knows anything about it. Today's the first day it's actually having big volume. What are my thoughts about drawing lines for the pre-market high lows and previous day open close high low? I would just say do whatever makes most sense to you. Sure, I use pre-market and after hours data to draw my support and resistance lines. And sure, I use the previous day's close and the opening price into consideration. Just like what we were just breaking down here with BTTX. This set up here at 17 and fell right through it. And then when it came all the way back up, it was in and out of that $17, acting as resistance from the area it fell down from right here. Most of the time, what I see a lot of people do, they draw their resistance lines at the top where they see the candles. They're not really paying attention to areas where a stock broke down from or broke up from. That's the important areas. Even Great Ideas doesn't have anything on BTTX. Our WBX is slowly creeping up there. Like I said, this is more of a swing trade. Let's get a good pop on it. What about watching ADD and Tick? I don't get into all that stuff, man. I keep things simple. I love the stock market, but I don't love it so much that I want to focus on every little single detail that moves the market, you know? I mean, I trade garbage small cap stocks, you know? Small cap land is like the Wild West. They do what they want. So I don't really need to pay attention to what the general market is doing, because most of these small cap stocks are doing their own thing. They're easily manipulated. That's why a lot of gurus focus on them and trade them. So a guru with 1,000 people in his chat room, and the stock market all revolves around supply and demand, right? So if you got a low supply of something, a low float stock, and the guru with 1,000 followers says, hey guys, I like this for a breakout. Them 1,000 people, let's say half of them all buy 1,000 shares, 500 people. They just bought pretty much, if it's a million float stock, it's gonna rip prices up. See, KNW, that's, didn't we just talk about this? With these garbage companies like BTTX, I could care less what they do. It's like the story I told you guys like 2 months ago when I was working at my job. My boss every single day would ask me what I traded or how much I made. And I would tell him the stock I traded for the day. And he would always ask me, well, what do they do? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just traded it because it was in play for today. Tomorrow, it'll be irrelevant and something new will pop up. As a day trader, and he couldn't comprehend and wrap his head around, and he thought it blew his mind that I would trade these stocks that I would know nothing about the company. And I'm like, bro, that's long-term investing. You want to know the company inside and out before you invest your money into it. Now with the internet, technology, day trading wasn't possible 30, 40 years ago. Right? You had the dot-com boom. Everybody was starting to day trade. Now commissions are free. I mean, commissions been free for what? Maybe 2 years, 3 years now? So day trading, it's getting more and more and more popular with people. So all the old timers, they don't understand and get day trading. And the fact that these small cap companies, when we day trade them, they're garbage pieces of crap. We don't care what they do. They're up in play for today. We take advantage of them and we move on. It's as simple as that. And that's where a lot of people get caught up in emotionally marrying these stocks. And then they're holding them for a week, 2 weeks, a month, hoping that it pops back up to the price that they entered in at so they can break even or sell for a little profit, if that. Right? Hmm. Later, Calvin. Have a good one, man. ARQQ, be careful with this one. It's got super light volume. I would not want to see it fall down below 22 if I was in on this. OCGN is gearing up. This could easily retest 13 again. Run up to $13.50, $14. Wolf just made another high of day. Were you in that private placement? I have no idea what you're talking about, Sully. I bailed at the right time on EQOS from watching tape and held through on ABVC because of the confidence I got from the buyers on tape. I'm starting to understand the tape supply and demand and having less emotions in my trades, more confidence in my trades because of my competence. It's definitely a slow pace, slow process. I'm sorry, but it's all starting to click now. Trade what you see, not what you think is gonna happen. Oh, you're talking about woof, 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 woof. I seen this stock pop up on the scanners a few days. It was like middle of last week. Yeah, like I think on this day right here, Thursday. I remember seeing this. It's a good move. There goes OCGN. He shoots, he scores. It's a good move there on OCGN. This thing, nice rounding bottom. Gears up right below a nice psychological level, 13 whole dollars. Top boom. Blast off. Nice volume retracement on it. Now look at all that volume flow into it. Beautiful. Got a nice squeeze going on. So this is going back to when somebody asked you short these stocks, not in a bull market like this and in an overcrowded field, because everybody is attracted to that who's that one guy, Steven Ducks, who's making millions of dollars shorting these garbage stocks. Shorts thought it was crumbling and breaking down right here, and then it came back up and held, and now it's squeezing shorts. All this is a nice short squeeze. Now if OCGN pulls back down, I'd look for 13 to hold as support. WBX still holding. IRNT. Man, that thing just stalled out at 13. Straight up. Look at that. Going back on it, when you look at this, Friday, it pushed up and it got up over that 13. And then it had one quick spike and then it failed 13 miserably. And then it consolidated the rest of the day. And then going into the open today, pre-market, it was testing 13 again. Then it, right when it opened up, it ripped up to that 13 and quickly got denied. Now it's getting drilled back down. IRNT, it's still got work to do. This thing can fall back down to 11. VUZI, that's a familiar name. Hey, look at ACHR. This one looks good. Yeah, and it's got a lot of room to run too. Clear as day. Nice gap up on it after it got beat down. Now it's testing pretty much the downtrend. So this can run up and test $7. Over 7, this can run up to 8, 850, 9, 10. That's the upside potential for this name. I would not want to see it fall down below 625. So this one, you just plan it out and keep tabs on it. See how it plays out after we know our levels now. If it keeps building up and pushing up through our levels, it's going to attract more people. So ACHR, this is a good candidate. This could just be heating up. It's about to be 11:30. Lunch hours. How's Spy doing? All-time new highs. Ooh, CRTX. Watch, ABVC is going to get a random surge up into a halt. Up at 1150. All right, CMMB. This one's starting to heat up. Up over $15. This thing can run. CMMB. This was a runner in the past. EQOS. That was a good run. Okay. DM getting a nice move from 7 up to 830. This got a nice cup and handle pattern going on here. Desktop metal triples manufacturing capacity for production. System P50. About $9, I say DM can run up to. Beautiful BTTX. All these out real. Top stocks going into lunch. You guys have any stocks you want me to look at or check out real quickly? Feel free to comment them. C-pop, ACHR. And then options volume. Last time I checked, it was over in on plug. Got a big old pattern it's setting up. It's in consolidation mode. WBX still creeping its way up, holding on up there. C-pop is holding at 360s. That could snap up to $4. ACHR, that's looking good for a $7 test. BTTX resting just below 20. But what worries me, every single pop on it, it's retracing in volume. Okay, someone said AMD. This is a real popular name with a lot of swing traders. It's getting a good rebound after having 2 straight red days. I'm not real used to the personality of AMD. For me, it's too high priced and it's a swing trading type of stock. I'm not a swing trader. But AMD, it's at resistance. It's going to have a lot of resistance at 125. About up there. Getting a nice rebound, like I said, after 2 straight red days. It could also be setting up for a little squeeze, because it was leveling out here. And when it broke down right here, they trap shorts, rip it back up, reholds that area, and up it goes. So you're getting a nice little squeeze right now on AMD. VRAR. VRAR. It's been green for 4 straight green days. Volume is light on it. It's kind of like shimmying up on the 10-minute. I would say VRAR. This stock has to prove to me that it's strong and that it can spike. So VRAR, this really needs to get up and above $14 and hold $14 if I wanted to keep tabs on it. So for right now, I would just put an alert at 14 and move along. If it triggers, then I can re-pull it back up, keep tabs on it, and see if that 14 holds, and it can build off of that. Because if it goes up to 15 and breaks over 15, then it's going to be pushing up near its highs. And when we know people like stocks that are pushing up to its highs. So it could attract some attention. But yeah, volume's really light on this name. It's got a lot of work to do. It's got more downside potential than upside potential, is what I see. BTTX off to the races. BTTX, nice $3 run, $3.50 run. This thing is skipping. Straight up exploded. Beautiful move. Look at her skip. $23.75. Looks like it's about to get halted. Trading halted. Yeah, BTTX exploded. That's a good move on AMD. I'm still going to say 125 though, it tops out. Stocks over $100, I don't really pay attention to them. Because anything over 100, you got to be trading options to trade it. And I don't trade options. I trade small cap, mid cap stocks. I trade garbage companies. Garbage companies like BTTX. WBX. Slow and steady. ABVC fell off. All the volume that was in on this went over to BTTX. Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of gurus flexing on Twitter with BTTX. I remember when I was new in the market, anytime a stock would run up and get halted, I would freak out. When trading these small cap stocks, you're going to see a lot of stocks halt. It's nothing to freak out about. So BTTX, it's going to reopen at 11:38:21. Or no. This is the time it got halted. So this will probably be a 5-minute halt. So 11:38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So 11:43:21. It should reopen. So here in about 20 seconds, BTTX will reopen. There's a little clock up here too. You guys can't see it. If it's not a 5-minute halt, then it'll be a 10-minute halt. There you go, it's reopened. At $1.50 out of GREE, trading the downward channel on the 10-minute. Awesome. Actually, GREE, this is looking pretty good. Now that it's perked back up, got to hold 26 support. No. Yeah, 26. 27 is going to be resistance. That previous day's close. Gets up over 27, it'll run to 29. You're going to want to take it in $1 increments with GREE. Lior Cohen says, I just want to say you are a mentor for me, and I appreciate you and all the knowledge you give. No problem, my dude. I want to see more successful traders out here. I see way too many people come and go in this game. As I tell everyone in the master class, just trust in the process. Listen to what I preach and teach to you, and you'll be all right. You got to put that work in, though. The thing is, most people get into trading because they think they're going to be millionaires and rich as fuck. They see people out here like Timothy Sykes traveling all around the world, buying Lambos, eating at these super fancy restaurants every day. That's just to attract people into it. Sure, it can give you that lifestyle, but it's going to be a lot of hard work and consistently locking in profits when you have them. And that's what he himself preaches and teaches. Always lock in profits when you have them. Don't overstay your welcome. Base hits add up over time. People get into this and they think one trade is going to make them rich. So they go all in on these stocks. And then in one trade, they blow up 40% of their portfolio. And then they give up, they quit, and they miss out on the potential they could have had if they actually would have took this seriously. You're also going to see a lot of wannabes come into this. They're all talk and no action. How's that saying go? Talk is cheap. People will say, I want to be a good trader. I want to be a consistently profitable trader. Man, I wish I could be a good trader. But they won't put in the work. And actions speak louder than words. So just keep to yourself, put your head down, and get to work. Remember the story I told you guys back in the day when I was just starting out and I was telling everybody at my job that I was getting into stock market and day trading penny stocks? They all laughed at me and said I would never make it. They were all surprised when I put my 2 weeks notice in. They asked, "What are you doing, dude?" Like, dude, I cracked it. I've been consistently making profits in the stock market day trading. I'm done. They're like, "Wow, what's your YouTube channel again?" I'm like, "Yeah, now you want to see what I've been up to. Back then you laughed at me, said I shouldn't even do it." Remember, people fear what they don't understand. Remember that. People fear what they don't understand, or they heard a horror story from one of their friends or someone close that they started trading and they blew up their account in one trade. And it scares people off away from the stock market. Well, yeah, you're going to blow up your account going all in on a pharmaceutical stock. How that's like, yeah, I'm going to take this trade on a company. It's a pharma stock, and they're putting out their phase 3 results next week. That's straight up gambling. That's like, that's straight up gambling for real. Like, you don't know the outcome of what that trade is going to be. It's a 50-50. They're either going to have positive results and prices are going to skyrocket up, or it's going to be failed results and prices are going to get hammered down hard. And then they blow up. Love all, wait. Oh, love all the way from Israel. Wow, that's awesome that you're watching all the way from Israel. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting, watching, and most just supporting the channel. Greatly appreciate all of you. That's awesome in their face. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I know. None of them believed in me at all. It took me 2.5 years to learn this, but I just didn't give up. That's what you can't do. You just can't give up. As I preach to everybody in the channel and in the Discord here, just stick with it. Don't give up. May take you a year. It may take you 2 years. Everybody learns differently and at different paces. Trust in the process, show up, and apply yourself to the work because it's there for you. Just got to consume it. Yeah, that's right, Sully. This thing's gonna go supernova. Still holding BTTX up 37% on whole account. Awesome. Good deal. Everybody sees the next DWAC and BKKT. That's what happens with these names. They go supernova, parabolic like that. And then something else pops up. DWAC. In play for, what was it, a day and a half? And then it crumbled and fell apart. Now, BTTX is popping up. Everybody remembers the recent big runners. BKKT, DWAC, HX, PHUN. Now they're all running to this. $1K shares, 2111 out of the halt. Dumped for about 1800 real quick. Should have kept a piece on, but I hate these spreads. Yeah. Spreads with these names can get pretty wide. You can easily get sucked into the micro time frame too. Gotta be careful with these types of stocks though, you new guys and new girls out here. Because these types of stocks like BTTX, I call them account killers. Because if you get caught on the wrong side, it's gonna hurt. It's all good fun and games when it's running up, but after watching something run and run and run and run without you, you just sit there and stare at it, and all you do is say, man, I could have bought right there. I could have bought there. I could have bought there. Man, I could have bought there. Man, I could have bought there. And then you start convincing yourself to take the trade because it keeps performing and pushing and running without you. And then when you finally get that courage to buy, you're buying way at the top and then you watch it crumble and fall apart, and you're in disbelief because you just made the stupidest move of all time. You got suckered in. Yeah, BTTX is up 200% on the day. Right there. Wild. If it keeps holding trend like this, moving up like that, this could get that euphoric explosion. Yeah, this thing's gone. It may look like it's trying to gear up and pop up to that $30, but this thing just literally ran up $8 a share, $10 a share nonstop. This could free fall all the way back down there. 23. I remember back when I was new, I'd always be buying. I would tell myself I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it, and watch it run all the way up nonstop. And the FOMO got to be so much, and I would see it gear up like it is right here, and I would enter in on it like an idiot, and it would flush down on me, and I'd feel so disgusted with myself. And a lot of times they were big losses, and it would eat up months of me grinding in my work, showing up and consistently locking in profits every day. One stupid trade on something like BTTX, getting FOMO and getting caught up in the emotions, I would give back. That's a mistake that I made a lot when I was learning. It's why I call these stocks like BTTX, sure, they're great. They can make you a lot of money. Got to be early to the party. You're thinking about buying when it's way up here, you're late. It already made its move. So the best you can do, take a snapshot of the chart, study it, break it down, and learn for the next one. DTTX. This is setting up good for a short tomorrow. Good luck finding locates. That's the thing I don't like with shorting these small cap stocks. You gotta pay for locate fees. You gotta pay to borrow the shares. And then even if you don't use the shares, you still gotta pay to reserve those shares. It's just so competitive. And you gotta have multiple brokers because Charles Schwab may not have shares, but E-Trade does. Or nobody has shares but Cobra, you know? So you got to have all these different brokers open because the popularity shifts all the time from brokers having shares easily available to short a stock. It's a lot of work. You got to wake up extra early and reserve the shares. That's why I like to say, and this is just my personal opinion, it's an overcrowded field. So I see a lot more good opportunities when short squeezes happen. They happen a lot. I know all of these newbies are coming in. They're following Steven Ducks and watching him make millions shorting these garbage stocks. And these newbies, they don't know how to read charts yet. They don't have any experience under their belt. And they come in and they all start top picking on these stocks like this, and they just squeeze up higher and higher and higher and higher. Uh, I'm not even gonna, I don't even want to teach short selling because I know how dangerous short selling can be. And you have to have a bankroll to short sell stocks. Have to. I don't even want to. Nope, because I already know how reckless people can be. The last thing I would want to do, teach people how to short, what shorting's about, and then them blow up and go in debt. Remember, short selling, your losses can be infinite. I smell nothing but lawsuits. Yeah, fuck that. To each their own. To each their own. We all see opportunity in different places in the markets. All that matters. Where you see opportunity. I don't really follow Steven Ducks. I could care less for the dude. That dude's in a whole different stratosphere, making millions and millions of dollars like that. He can't you nobody can comprehend what he's doing or get on his level. That's insane. Blood Moon Dream. Thanks for going live on YouTube today. No problem. Just a great setup for tomorrow. I'm gonna hit bought a swing trade course in my country that cost thousands of dollars with minimal value. Didn't taught me anything psychological in the stock market. Just a simple technical and fundamental. You're gonna find that a lot with trading DVDs and courses out there. 90%, 95% of them are all trying to sell you a trading strategy and a technical analysis. It's a lot harder to dive deep into psychology and emotions and human nature than it is to just say, hey guys, all you want to look out for are triangles and you buy when it breaks out. It's as simple as that. You got somewhere to put your risk. You could put your reward up here and you execute it. It's a lot simpler. That's why they always just go to it. Started love the day trading more and more, even though it's really hard at first till you get the idea pretty much. And I watched a lot of videos, but nothing compares to nobody teaches the real thing. Best thing I've ever gotten is I've met your channel with the most valuable content. Appreciate it. I really do. Appreciate it. Lets me know that what I'm putting out there for you guys is clicking with the right people. I know out of all the videos and content that I put out, it's overwhelming and it's a lot. But I know the right people will find it. I know. Because majority of people, like we say, they don't want to study. They don't want to learn. They don't want to get on that work grind. And folk think of it when you get into the market, it's like going to college to get a degree for 4 years. But with the stock market, with all the education that's out there, you can pretty much do it for free. You just got to put the time into it. So dedicate 2-3 years without thinking about making money and just focus it on education and getting in that screen time, and you'll get that degree, and then you'll start making money. So think of it, all that studying and hard work, it's going to pay off down the road in dividends. And you'll be successfully every day or every week pulling in consistent profits. And then that is where the real reward starts to come in. And then you can see the potential and opportunity the stock market gives us to do this full time for a living. Then you'll start to fully understand and see how people can do this. At first, it's mind-boggling, and you'll question yourself. You'll be like, how am I ever going to consistently get this? But trust me, with time, it gets easier. People just give up too easily. They blow up 1 or 2 accounts within their first year and they just give up. LGG getting a good move. MTTR been getting a nice push in the background as well. That's what I like to hear, Adam. You will. You will walk away from that place one day. Just stay on top of it, man. One day it's just gonna click. And you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, wow. Now this makes sense. And it really does. That's why when you're first starting out and you're new, it's so important to just go hardcore with your studying. Because when you're new, all that information, your brain absorbs it all a lot better. So go hard studying when you're new. But as I say, be careful who you guys learn from. There's a lot of idiots out here. We were just talking about that a few months ago when AMC popped off and everybody was jumping on the AMC train. Look at all the big channels that every single day talk about AMC, and go to their about section and look at when they created that account. Chances are that guru who's pumping AMC and talking about AMC every day and has 500,000 subscribers, I bet you he created that YouTube channel about at the same time AMC started popping off. It's all a business. This is all a business. So that guy, he's getting paid every day to talk about AMC. That's it. You know how much YouTube's probably paying him every day for what? 10,000 views every day, 500,000 subscribers. He's getting a good paycheck every month. What's OD? OD is Old Dominion. I used to work with Adam Cullen, so he already knows. GTTX geared up there at 26 and then ripped up to almost 30 bucks. Stalled out right there at 29.50. Now it's pulling back down. But overall though, the stock is still holding trend. Yeah, that OCGN, that was a good move. Solid. Took time for it to get up and going. $100 million float. There's still a lot of good setups out here. BKKT, ACHR, MTTR. DM, OCGN, EQOS, WBX is still slowly creeping up. Alright, we're back real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call I wanted to take. We had a have a buddy who's having a in labor right now with his wife. They're having a child. Still no baby yet, but they're getting there. BTTX. This is what we call opportunity in the stock market. Alright, I want to make a list again. All the stocks that popped up. Well, hey, RFL. Ticker symbol RFL, worth eyeing. Alright, we'll do top stocks. Today up. And setting up. BKKT. Ticker symbol ACHR. Ticker symbol MTTR. BTTX. EQOS. EQOS. Ticker symbol OCGN. And I'll throw on WBX. That's been slowly gearing up. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 different stocks that I myself am just eyeing and what's been in play. So there's a lot of good opportunity out here. We are just talking about ACHR not too long ago, how it was consolidating just at the 650 level, that it's got the potential to run to 750, 8. Got a lot of upside. RFL. This one's been slowly creeping up. This is why I love just having my stock scanners up and going. Let me see if I can switch this here so you guys can see my other monitor of scanners. Right there. So that's my other monitor that I have up of my scanners up and going. I got scanners that are opening range breakout, VWAP strategies. I got my beast mode, my multi-strategy window, and I got my VWAP and Fibonacci scanner. So I got all these different scanners up and running with charts right here as well. And I'll just filter through and I'll run through these, see how they're setting up. And if something catches my eye, like CYN here, I'll pull it up on my Street Smart Edge and I'll further look into it, see if it's worth keeping eyes on. And this is how I continuously bring up stocks and keep them in play. And if they don't work out, then I'll replace it with something else. ZYN. Wow. This really has to break up over $10 to get up and going. ULS getting a nice pop over 6. BKKT is exploding. No, I gotta pay for these scanners. Like $118 a month. You don't necessarily need stock scanners to be good. There's nothing wrong with using screeners that are free. I like to use stock scanners though, because it just makes my job easier. Out of all the scanners that I've tried, hands down, Trade Ideas is the best. Hands down. And they actually care about their customers. I never really cared too much for scans, or formerly known as equity feed. I tried scans. I didn't like how a lot of it was pre-built and it was just basic, super basic. I didn't care for it. And then I tried out Timothy Sykes' stocks to trade platform. Oh my goodness. Talk about paying a lot of money for a platform. I think I was paying like $300 a month just to use Timothy Sykes' trade ideas or stocks to trade. It's stupid because they make you pay for level 2, they make you pay for the news feed, then you gotta pay for Tim Bowen's like prep or something. I don't know, his chat room. And so just to have all the features, it was like over 300 a month. It was stupid. Sykes is getting paid. Paid. That's why he can afford to buy that warehouse and hire those two young kids to run stocks to trade for him. They're on a salary. I like to use trade ideas because I can customize the scanners to what I want. That's the simple answer. Use whatever you want. I like to set up and design my stock scanners to pick up stocks before they're hot. Like, I like to set my scanners up like Fibonacci scanners. You don't see anybody using Fibonacci scanners. I like to set up my scanners VWAP strategies. You don't see nobody using VWAP stock scanners. I like to set up my scanners like opening range breakouts. You don't see anybody having scanners that are opening range breakouts. There's my Fibonacci and VWAP scanner. Nobody out there is having a scanner like this. So I like to make my own scanners because I know what type of stocks I like to look out for and trade. I know my strategies. I know my play style. So I revolve these scanners based around the type of trader that I am. Remember, we all view and look at the stock market differently. All of us. We all see opportunity in different places. Most people that stream their scanners on YouTube, they just do it to get paid pretty much. If you notice, all they'll do is just stream their scanners from market open to market close, and they'll have like 2,000 people watching it. You gotta think they're monetized, so they're actually getting paid to stream their scanners. Which, again, that's another business idea you could have. Stock market is a business. Everybody's out here to make a dollar. Doesn't matter what they're doing. But most of the scanners are set up. They're just momentum high of day breakout scanners. If you noticed, the only stock scanner that I have that's picking up high of day momentum breakouts is this one scanner right here. I don't really go after high of day momentum breakouts. I'm not that type of trader. I don't like to chase after what everybody else is chasing after because I know majority of people lose money. I'm not trying to fall into those bad habits. No problem, Lior. EKKT, this stock isn't done, you guys. It's not done. Just getting a nice little pullback. It's still strong. Area you're going to want to see hold for this is 40 bucks. They can hold over 40, maybe even $39. You got to pay attention more to levels with these types of stocks. Can't get caught up in the micro time frame like I say. Pay attention to the big picture. Think big picture moves. Yeah, let this pull back about $40, $39. See if that holds up, builds up, breaks up through that previous day's close at 42.50. If it does that, it's going to run to 45. It could run to 50, and then the high is right there at 57. It could easily run over that. Easy. BTTX getting a big pullback from 29.50s down to 22. Real nice. We're in dead lunch hours right now. So let these stocks pull back and reset back up for power hour. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I think I'm about to go take a break though. Go into town, get some lunch or something. Thanks for tuning in with me, guys, hanging out with this live stream. Good start to the week so far. It's Money Monday, man. Beautiful start to a new week and a new month as well. You guys be safe out there. Don't overstay your welcome. And remember, always lock in your profits and secure the bag. Don't be a greedy pig. Because what happens to greedy pigs? They live in regret. Man, I shoulda. I coulda. Always pay yourself along the way. It's not yours until you lock it in. Remember that. Have that mindset. You want to be here and show up tomorrow. Do not let one stock take you out. If you guys are new to the channel here and you like today's content, hit that subscribe button. Join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. Go through my video library. There's over 625 videos in my library. Over 3 years of content I've been making on YouTube. I've been trading for over 6 years. And we're still going strong, showing up every day with that consistent mindset. I want to show up tomorrow. Locking in profits when we have them. Enjoyed hanging out with you guys today. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. As I always say, have that patience, have that discipline, and study, study, study. Haters gonna hate. Remember that. If my name's in your mouth, I'm doing something right, huh? Later.